Thank you very much for receiving us. We know that you are in a very, very busy time right now. But we would just like to introduce ourselves from the European Union. You know our task here since you met our previous colleagues. We just take over, so for us it should be very interesting to hear right now where you are in the process in this district, and also which difficulties you are facing right now. Also later maybe we can talk about eventual complaints and what they are about. Yeah, we can start there and then see.
Okay. As you are aware of the fact, certainly you have been observing this whole scenario of the general election 2018. So 25th of July, 3 days back was the polling day, which basically plays the significant and pivotal role in the election process. Election basically starts the arrangements, the appointment, the allocation of the places where the polling stations would be set up and established. Because it's a big exercise and millions of people throng for the casting their votes, so certainly they need some arrangement. Besides these buildings comprised of mainly government schools, government institutions and other government departments, offices for this very exercise. At the same time, the polling personnel are appointed who have to basically perform their duty on that very polling day. You are aware of it. And almost one polling station is manned by a chairman, but variable as per the electoral rolls and the district voter who have to visit that polling station for casting their vote. So after first of all, let me tell you, being district returning officer, I was the supervising officer, and this position is basically, this designated position is mainly for the purpose of only election. So primarily, I am district and session judge. I hear murder cases and the administrative head of the whole district, having my own manpower comprising of judges and the paraphernalia. So when this assignment is given to us, so we have to oversee our returning officers, specifically of that very constituency. Here in Lodhran, I have got two National Assembly seats, 160 and 161. And along with these two National Assembly seats, there are five, as many as five, starting from 2 to 4 to 2 to 8. So those are spreading different, wholly geographically the situation and the location and the registration of the voters in that very area. So when for this very process, this time, even this was also the previous exercise, Election Commission of Pakistan, with the coordination of the United Nations, the Lodhran program, have a kind of consortium. So they outsource this. They should also undergo the process how those election personnel, particularly for the polling day, like polling officer, central president, presiding officer, likewise. So how would they perform their duties? So they were fully sensitized. Otherwise, everybody has got his own IQ and how to grasp the things. It varies man to man, but overall they are very educated people. They were senior officers serving in the education department. So it was not so difficult to impart them that training which is required for effective, proper and efficient performance of discharge of their duties on that very polling day. So our returning officers under my command and supervision, they remained busy. I mean, this time maybe it's a new thing for you. This was not the earlier practice. Well, these elections were conducted under Elections Act 2017 and rules of 2017. And this piece of legislation was passed by the outgoing parliament after a lot much debate and deliberation by all the political parties who were either in the opposition or in the ruling party. They are the process of majority. But in fact, what was the wonderful thing, which is more encouraging, so this was a compendium of 8 federal statutes. Those were meant for, have been in vogue in the previous years, like you might have heard, Delimitation of Constituencies Act 1974, Symbols Act 2002, Political Parties Act, probably I forgot the year, likewise ROPA, Representation of Peoples Act 1976. So under, through these different laws, so the provisions as far as the different stages, not only from the registration of political parties, allotment of the symbol and their existence, this is a fundamental right, and this is the sine qua non of the every democratic institution, like, they have to be member of the parliament, they have to go for legislation to mitigate the sufferings of the common man, the public on the whole. Everybody needs, best if the country is having good economic conditions, everybody would involve. People would get employment, industry would flourish, agriculture would develop. We don't have to bank upon for everything to the other nations. So they'll come and they'll impart training and all the inventions of the other countries would be. This is a bigger, even otherwise all over the world, the democracy is the truth, because it basically it reflects the wish of the people. And if the wish of the people is being fulfilled by good leadership, characterful people who are free from any corruption or any element or any personal interest, so they would serve the nation. They would serve the nation in the next election or next thing. And by the grace of God, we are going to, inshallah ta'ala, previous to governments. Otherwise, there was some situation because of insertion of powers vested with the president under Article 58(2)(b). Whenever on the basis of any allegation, he was at liberty to wrap up that parliament.
If I may interject,
okay. You may frame your own question.
Because you said to meet the wish of the people. So have you had any people who have felt their wishes have not been met and who have filed a complaint, an official complaint?
We have not, specifically we have not received any.
So 160 and 160.
I will let you know, in this district, our returning officer might have received a very few applications for recounting. And normally those are entertained when the margin of vote between the returned candidate
We're very
and the runner of candidate.
We're very familiar with the procedure, sir. We know about Article 95, etc. So we've been thoroughly briefed.
You are asking about the
complaints.
This may be one of the complaints.
Yes, we have several questions.
Yes.
One of which is the complaints. So since you have two constituencies, do you know if the official complaints have been filed in both constituencies, 160 and 161, or just in one of both? And are they merely referred to wanting a recount?
What type of complaint do you want to ask?
Well, I don't know what complaints have been filed, but there are various types of complaints that can be filed.
What type?
A type of complaint that the polling station didn't open on time, that there was interference during
at least we didn't receive
during the voting. It depends on the person who files the complaint. A party can file a complaint, an individual can file a complaint.
We haven't done it. At least I have not received. If you would have and wrote through either from the RO to me, but except I have told you about the recounting, that is not complaint, that is right of a candidate. But if the margin is very short of a few hundred, then one person may ask, it happened in the...
If the margin is closer to 5%, then there's a right to recount as per legislation.
Otherwise it is neither feasible and not proper. You are again opening the bags and... But those are preserved, those are kept in the study.
Have the postal ballots been
those have been counted.
All have been counted.
The main result those have been in the process of the consolidation,
So the consolidation process is still ongoing.
47 have been prepared, those have been dispatched, 45 farm. On the basis of that 45 which is handed over by the presiding officer after the counting of the ballot.
So 45, 46 and 47
this process
that
has been completed. And when that has been received, certainly the ballot paper, those two are few in number. People take interest. If they make request to the returning officer for signing the ballot paper, they fulfill the requirement, whatever the they desire the candidate of their choice, they can.
Do you know how many polling stations will have those received? How many will want to be recounted?
What?
How many recounts have been filed? Do you know?
Counting for the
For
counting.
recounting. Yes.
I think one.
5 polling stations.
Five.
5 polling stations.
From PP 2 to 5.
From maybe 2 to 5.
2 to 5. Yeah. And is this a recount? What was the answer to this?
No, procedures are being carried on by the returning officer. The notice is served to the other party.
They were recounted.
So
They-
repeat,
to 5.
2 to 5
And,
is part of is that together with 160?
161, I said.
160.
And after recounting, they found not even a single valid has been
Okay.
So they were satisfied.
Yes.
So also there was no inconsistencies with, because we've experienced, colleagues of ours have experienced that in other constituencies, that the recount did not match Form 45. So everyone
No, we received in time, almost.
And the returning officer of PP 226, he partially allowed recounting of the ballot papers which has been excluded from the count. And previous day he has completed his recounting of the excluded, and he found everything is okay.
Okay. So the consolidation process is ongoing right now?
No, that
I have
has.
completed, I have
4
completed
returning officers have been completed, and 3 returning officers are in the process.
In the process.
And that is here?
Yes, is
In the
process.
same, this premises.
Yeah,
They
is in
are
the
different
process.
offices.
In the returning officer of 161, he is almost about to complete.
So
And
maybe
as
we
well
can
the
take it
PP
there.
228, the returning officer is also under process. And I think after 2 o'clock it will be complete.
So we can go and visit there.
Why not?
Why not? No problem. Thank you very much. And how was, in general, talking about the gender question now, in general here in these 2 districts, how was the participation of women?
It was encouraging. This is not that type of tribal area, settled area.
Yeah.
People are fully aware of their rights and the significance of the votes. But overall turnover was,
57%.
overall even turnover was 57. Maybe overall, including
Voter turnout was 57%.
might be there was
No, maybe able to, so overall, just overall.
The ECP has a website up with clear percentages.
That is of the whole country. That is
No, you can click on each constituency.
Okay,
And it will
that
give
is-
you a pie chart of,
So maybe there is relationship, matter of, one's memory.
but there have been not only tribal areas, also in other areas of Pakistan, there have been in an overall constituency, single polling stations that would not allow women.
Yes.
Have you experienced anything
But
like
we
this?
haven't experienced, let me discuss, there was also legislation pertaining to this fact that in any
10%.
constitution, 10% women must cast
We know.
vote.
But the question is, because of those 10%,
No,
that have been
no,
put in
no, this
legislation,
not even a
it
single
was not a
instance,
single
instance in
polling
district
station.
vote.
Okay.
I don't think so, no, not even a single.
So how was before the elections and now after the election? What
Yes.
is the political landscape here in these districts?
With respect to what?
Was there a change of power here after the
Yes,
election?
let me tell you. Earlier, because the nomenclature, you can say reference number of the national, but after delimitation, some changes have been made. Earlier, this 154 was, this 161 was known as 154,
154.
but and that of Burkandu, it was
155.
155. As far as 160 is concerned, no, Abdul Rahman Kanju.
Yes.
The Abdul Rahman Kanju is also son of ex-former Foreign Minister of Pakistan, Khan Siddiq Khan Kanju, unfortunately a few in that was murdered. He has again won, but he too is representing Pakistan Muslim League was. He has again, whereas in other constituency, one Dr. Shafiq in 160 and 160, Dr. Shafiqur Rahman,
Mia Shafiq.
Mia Shafiq, who is representing this PTI, but he has won. But that too was not that much big margin between them.
Yes.
He won from the Muslim League Moon major candidate Khan Siddiq Khan. So that Khan Siddiq is a loser. Whereas in the provincial assemblies election, the 5 constituencies, out of those 5, 3, one who are representing Pakistan, were candidate fielded by Pakistan Muslim League Noon was, whereas 2 of the PTI. But I don't remember whether they switched over from earlier political parties. But presently, the ratio was 1 in NA and 3 of the previous regime. They have again one of that representing that of the various one and
So how did the losers, how did they take it? It was no reaction.
normal. It is basically this is human nature. So the tendency has been prevailing.
Of course,
in other
yeah.
countries it is
Always
There are always
winners are happy,
There's
losers.
always a loser
normally
in elections.
normally it happens. Sometimes people do make comments. Otherwise, the loser candidate, it is a kind of I always say this is a kind of test to check the nerves of the party coming into power, or in the process of the power, the majority power, so that they could get some benefit. They could get some benefit for some bargaining.
Yes.
There is every possibility. Yet we have independent candidate. No, every political party, particularly the bigger party, they have to concentrate in by winning the loyalties of the independent candidates to form their own
politicians.
To make a greater relation.
Did you have any female
Here, candidate who won the election,
no, that
Just
was
in general,
Just in general?
running.
participating.
Two
participating.
Ifat Somro, lawyer, and
Here in our district,
and Aisha Gulele.
Arshad and Ifat Sudan,
Ifat Tahira Somro.
Ifat Tahir.
And they both one ran for Kimal and or the other for
No, they
PTR.
were both were independent. They were both independent.
Both
They were
independent.
Gaishi Gulele has
Farm is our own
his own party, PTI Gulele. Whereas Ifat Tahira Somro Mili Awami Party. Mili Muslim League. Mili Muslim League.
And regarding minorities, did you have any candidates here representing minorities
No.
in any kind?
In general, पे वैसे सिंध में है.
Sindh, from Tharparkar, he had one MLA has been elected for the first time, Manish Malani from Tharparkar.
I was saying.
But not from district.
Yeah.
We are, if we confine ourselves to the district and Punjab, those are at the most Punjab will be in a position.
I didn't
Even
hear-
from
I didn't
Sindh,
hear the Singhs.
one Hindu has in the recent past, one
Senator.
became senator with the backing of the
From the lower
party,
caste, even from the lower caste.
from the lower class.
This party has been given to ticket to.
But I forgot the name, but Mari something, something. नहीं शादी हमारी तो पुरानी है.
Kumari है
ये और
उसका नाम के साथ कुमारी लगता है.
Kumari है something. Yes, very good. She became senator with the backing of person.
Well, so you said all postal ballots have been counted already? Is that correct for every
For every constituency.
Every constituency.
But every constitution, every polling station.
in the presence of the election agents of the candidates. And last day, both the members of the European Observer visited and observed the count.
That process.
Also here?
As well, yes.
Yesterday they were here.
Yes, yes. So, so maybe we can, we will thank you very, very much for taking your time to be here.
You are.
And we will be here for another week.
Oh.
So we will.
If you want to come again, you can come.
So maybe if we could just be able to see the consolidation process.
Yes.
They-
Come.